Hello YouTube vintage radio collectors and restorers. I have a Canadian Hallicrafters W-500 on the bench. Been working on it for a few days. It was a local find. It's the same radio as the American S120. It's a 4-band receiver AM with BFO for sideband. And this one here from the late 50s, kind of the end of the run. But what I notice as these radios are getting older and I'm getting older, it seems to take more and more work to make them work well. And I think that's the thing about the hobby. You want them to actually play and play them for hours, have some fun with them. But what I find with a lot of them, you end up with snap, crackle, pop, volume going up and down, off frequency. That has to do with the aging of parts. It's actually amazing that with all its original parts, it still did work. Didn't sound very well. Here's what I found. The Canadian Aerovox ceramic caps. These are actually just a paper and wax cap with a ceramic and ceramic case. The famous couplet that replaces part of the circuit. And I've actually replaced it with discrete components. The selenium rectifier, which causes a big voltage sag if it's even working at all. Replace it with an IN4006 100 ohm dropping resistor. And of course the filter caps in the can are all bad. It was humming very badly. So I was able to get a cap in here, put a terminal board on, put the rest on here. I made a little gimmick up for the cathode of the 50C5, which is a 150 ohm resistor and a 25 microfarad cap, just in parallel with each other. And some of the other things, and of course the IF cans. And this type of IF can, I'm just going to show you what's on this. Yes, those. Silver mica disease is almost guaranteed. It's just like if you live to be 90 years old, there's certain problems that you're going to have. And one of them, I used to put the radio together, put some caps in it, get it working. What I'm finding now is every one of them has silver mica disease to some degree. And if you warm it up and listen to it for a while, it will crackle, there will be problems. And so basically I take them off and drill. This type has a big brass rivet. You drill it out. There's one of the mica wafers right there. A little bit of, you see black around the edges. That's where it was arcing. So what I do is I glue it back together. Because that wafer holds the rivet and the plastic holds it together, I then use a combination of hot glue and crazy glue to put it back together. And then you'll see I've mounted caps underside, and they're 100 picofarad caps. And they're almost all 100 picofarad to 120. So they're externally mounted. So it's good, it's done. But the other thing I found with this radio, and it seems to be with radios this age, and in particular these 1/4 watt resistors. As I go through the circuit, I meter them, check them out, and 2/3 of the resistors in this were drifted more than 20%. It was just absolutely amazing. The only ones that survived are the ones that don't heat up. So there's a few in the AVC circuit. There's a few around the tuning turret, but most of them I've changed. Anyway, I'm going to put the tubes back in it and just see how it works. Thanks for watching and listening.